This is the illustration that we chose to be the cover of the book. Some people choose their titles and the illustration that goes on the cover at the beginning before they have finished all the pages in the book and thought out the whole outline of the book. But I always wait till I have everything completed and then choose the one that I like and think is appropriate for the cover and would also have an appropriate title. So we chose this one, we being my editor and I, and called it Many Luscious Lollipops. And it was a lot of fun to draw. I once had an art professor who told me that if I loved the subject matter, I would do a very good illustration. So you can see what I love. And those are real lollipops. I had models for them that I bought, and I still have those lollipops. I haven't eaten them yet. They're a little bit stale, but they still exist and they still look very, very pretty. I'm really fascinated with them. They look like jewels to me. The colors are wonderful. This illustration with the shoes and the black lace stockings is one of my favorites. And the shoes were really from my imagination, and I learned how to draw that black lace, and I've used it in many other illustrations because I enjoy doing it and I think it looks very good. The trousers on the woman, the design on her trousers is a design that I have recycled from a design of gift wrapping paper that I designed 20 years ago. And the jigsaw puzzle, if you were to cut out those 5 pieces that are on the right-hand side, they would fit exactly into those spaces. This illustration took me a long, long time to do. I did the drawing first and colored it all in, and then I had to do the lines of the jigsaw on top of that, and then I had to make them look three-dimensional. So it was many steps until I got to it. All of my illustrations, or most of them anyway, are done with pen and ink, a pen and ink drawing, felt pen, and Prismacolor pencils. I would say about 90% of the color that you see in any of my books are done with Prismacolor pencils on top of felt pen or a watercolor base. This book, Many Luscious Lollipops, I've often told the children they shouldn't read it until after lunch because it is full of food, and that's a very good example of some of the food that's in it. There's also a page with hamburgers, and it has, of course, all the candy and the gumdrops and the jelly beans and the lollipops. And that also was done exactly the same way. First, I do many, many drawings on tracing paper. And I do my preliminary first drawing on tracing paper, and there's always, most of it has to be redone. But there's always something I like about that first drawing. Then I put another piece of tracing paper over my first drawing. I trace what I like, and I redraw what I feel has to be improved on. And I keep doing that until I get the drawing exactly the way I want it. And then I trace it onto white watercolor paper, and I go over the pencil line with a very fine pen, and I erase the pencil, and I have a black line drawing that's very much like a coloring book drawing, and I color it in with the felt pens underneath as a base or watercolor, and then I build up the three-dimensional look with the Prismacolor pencils. And that is the technique that I use. It's a very tedious and time-consuming technique, but it's something that I have developed, and people seem to like it. And many, many people ask me where I get my ideas, and it's very difficult to know, but I would say that most of my ideas come from my research. I'm given the number of pages that I can use in the book, and the size of the page. And aside from that, I can do whatever I want. So I have to figure out what I want to say in the book and what I want to say on each page, and figure out how to say it in that number of pages and say everything that I do want to say. It's like a puzzle. It's like working out a puzzle, and it's intriguing, and I love it, and I miss it very much when I don't have a book to work on.